Hello, my name's Starry, and I'll be presenting on Markov, the Philip Markov, the Craigslist killer. He was a medical student, he was engaged, and he was the only child. Um, these are a lot of commonalities that a lot of medical students have, but they don't end up being the Craigslist killer. But there are a lot of only children that do end up having abnormalities in their adulthood due to how they grew up. A lot of alone time, a lot of anger, aggression, etc. But whenever it comes to being engaged, the fiance was completely shocked about who she was engaged to, and same with medical stuff with the college and everything. Everyone saw one side of him, but whenever it came to the other side, his vicious, heinous side, that's whenever it was harder for people to understand, because whenever you do go into a field like the medical profession, you usually go in there to save lives and help people, but what he ended up doing is doing quite the opposite. Markov was an only child. They say this might have to do with how he ended up how he was, but being an only child gives a lot of room for error. Me personally, I have 3 other siblings, and whenever I was older, my 3 older siblings did move out eventually, but being the only kid in the house did have an effect and shift on me versus having all 3 of my siblings, constantly having my family and what I would consider my siblings my friends at the time, versus just myself and alone and whatnot. The theory I chose is psychodynamic theory, which refers to behavior motivated by internal or psychological forces, and abnormality is caused by imbalance in internal forces that motivate the behavior. He believed the mental illness arises from unsolved conscious conflict, and these happen most in early childhood. Which kind of circles back to being an only child. Whenever you are an only child, you are raised very differently than if you were to have multiple siblings, and who knows where more issues could have arisen. And then to close off, it's hard to really say anyone's gonna be indefinite a serial killer, because a lot of people make a lot of the same marks. They look like the same, but end up in different paths. That's whenever I like to look at nature versus nurture and see what exactly comes into play and why they are that they are. Markov's situation, I feel like it was possibly lack of nurture that led his nature to murder these women and then commit heinous crimes. Thank you.